I've been coming to Bethlehem for a long time, basically just checking that box of attending church on Sunday. Didn't really change anything in my life. I went through a really ugly divorce in 2011. I blew up my marriage by having an affair, and I left my husband to be with this person. It completely shocked my parents. That was not how I was raised. My best friend committed suicide May of 2014, and I felt completely abandoned. She had made the choice to leave me. I numbed myself through that, drinking, using drugs. Then October 31st, 2014, just a few months later, I found out I was pregnant. And he was my miracle. I thought things would get better because I was gonna be a mom, but right after I had Parker, I went right back to using drugs and drinking. And my life was just a wrecking ball. Everything I did, I destroyed. Relationships, families. I literally was just a human wrecking ball. December 31st, 2019, I attended Night of Worship, and Chevis told her story about how she would be sitting in church and all she could think about was her liquor drink waiting out in the car for her. And that really hit home to me. In fact, I reached out to her that night and I told her how much it meant to me because I too had my drink sitting out in the car. I didn't go anywhere at that time without a drink in my hand. So I decided then that I was going to recommit my life to Christ. I got baptized in January and then immediately started going to regeneration. I was in regeneration for several months. I started working the steps. I started trying to get sober. At that time, I couldn't string together more than 24 hours. Just the thought of not having anything for 24 hours caused me anxiety. I continued to go. I started doing some outside self-help meetings as well. And then in December of 2020, leading into January 2021, God took those things out of my life for me. I didn't have to do it. He took them away. And then in February, I was finally able to string together 24 hours, then 48 hours, then 2 weeks, 30 days. And now I have 18 months sober. And I lead in regeneration. I lead with the newcomers. And it's amazing to see how prayers that my dad prayed for me 10 years ago coming to fruition and God answering those prayers. He may not answer them in the time that we want him to, but he's going to answer them in his time. And to know that my daddy had been praying for me for that long, to finally see that prayer be answered it's amazing. Because God saved me from my addiction, I will be a present mother for my son, and I will be a leader in this church, continuing to share my story with others with the hope that they can see what God can do in their lives as well.